We're here at the Oral Leisure Centre in Letterkenny for the separation of ballot papers for the European and County Council elections. It's been a busy morning and indeed a busy afternoon as those tasked with the job of doing that have worked very hard. And of course the tally men and women have also been keeping a very close eye on everything that's been happening and speculating as to who may and perhaps importantly who may not be elected when the official count for the County Council elections take place at the various venues tomorrow. One of them will be in Donegal town for the Donegal area, and Councillor Sean McEniff joins me here. Councillor McEniff, welcome, nice to see you here in Letterkenny, keeping a close eye on what's happening, and from what we can see you're going to be back there for another 5 years.
I'm quite happy that I will be back for another 5 years, and I'm very thankful to all the people who are supporting me and the electorate for electing me, and hopefully I'll do as good a job as I've done for the past 27 years.
What's your take on what's happened down there in your electoral area? A couple of independents polling very well, look as if they might be elected.
I think we're going to have at least 2 independents elected this time, but it's very hard to call because I think the last 2 seats are going to be very, very tight, and I wouldn't be a bit surprised if there's several recounts tomorrow and maybe running into Monday.
Yeah.
But I'm happy enough that I will be there, definitely. I have no question at all about that, and I seem to be up there near the top of the poll. If I'm not top of the poll, I'm not certain, because the tallies weren't deadly accurate today, as you would know, Charlie.
Sure.
They're all over the place, and I think I'll be there or thereabouts.
And will Fianna Fáil take a second seat, do you think, Sean? The indications were that they probably would.
I think Brendan Byrne will get the seat. I'm quite happy he will, according to the figures that we have got, and I hope he does, because he's been an excellent councillor since he came on to Donegal County Council. He has worked tirelessly for the people that which he represents, a very good speaker, a very good operator at County Council 11, and it'd be a sad day if he doesn't get a seat.
Yeah. Just looking at the overall situation, Sean, it would seem as if Fianna Fáil and Sinn Féin are going to be the 2 parties that are going to go back with the most councillors between them to the council chamber. Number of independents doing very well also, but the government parties have struggled. They've really got a message from the people here in Donegal that they're not happy with what's been happening for the last 3 years.
Well, there's no doubt whatsoever about that. Biggest problem on the doorstep was the water charges. Medical cards being taken from an old lady over 90 years of age, which is absolutely unfair, and the poor lady struggling to get by. And I went to a house where a lady has MS, and she had tablets that were going to clear her up, and she couldn't get it off the HSE. Yeah. And it is tough times, and they're tightening the belt all the time, and it's a sad, sad day for Ireland. But unfortunately, there'll have to be something they'll have to give very shortly with the government.
Yeah. And is there a gap now there that Fianna Fáil can fill? Because obviously 3 years ago the general public gave a very strong message to Fianna Fáil that they weren't happy with them, Sean, and it's been a rebuilding process, and we see a lot of Fianna Fáil people going back, experienced people like yourself, some younger people like Martin McDermott who are going to be elected, James Pat McDade in the Letterkenny Milford area. So is there a bit of a renaissance going on there?
I think so, because I think Fianna Fáil have done very well in this election in Donegal. Now, I'm not sure what the rest of the country's like, but we have done exceptionally well, and hopefully Pat Coke will make it, because it'll be a sad day for Donegal if Pat doesn't get in. Yeah.
What keeps you going, Sean? You've been there for a long, long time, and some people might say, listen, how can you be bothered with all the thunder and blunder that goes on up in Lifford and all the arguments that go on? I know the town council's gone now. What keeps you motivated?
I enjoy it. I love helping people out, and I work very hard and sincerely, and as I said in my election manifesto, if I can't deliver, nobody else will deliver after me, and I've never let anybody down that came to me. I've represented them exceptionally well, and they've really responded this time and says, well done, Sean.
Yeah. And finally, Sean, you've seen the country in good times, bad times, and good times and bad times again. Are you confident that we can get out of it as a country, because we have taken quite a hammering in the last number of years?
I can't see it happening in the short term, to be quite honest with you, Charlie, and all I do hope is that I live long enough to enjoy another Celtic Tiger.
We do as well, Sean. Congratulations. Thanks for talking to us.
Thank you, Charlie.
Okay, lovely stuff, Sean.